What's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? One-Eye Bri back to talk about the Walking Dead theory discussion about who will be the last people standing on the TV show. The comic's a different story. We'll talk about the TV show. So obviously, spoiler warning if you're not up to date of the show as of season 8 and the whole series. But I don't want to ruin anything for you because the theory we had a while ago has to change now of who will be the last person standing because of a major thing. So spoiler warning if you're not up to date. But first, guys, if you can, it'll really help us out if you can hit that subscribe button. Help us achieve our goal of 100,000 subscribers. We post videos every day about The Walking Dead and various content. I don't want you to miss out and be a part of our family, The Walking Dead community, and the PT channel. Now, myself and a lot of people have thought about Carl being the last man standing. Carl was telling the story of The Walking Dead to Judith or his survivors that he was in control of. He would be an old man. Now, we know that's not going to happen on the show because he's going to die in episode 809 when the show comes back in February. He's not immune. He's going to die. His death is going to impact Rick and Negan and the war going forward. So Chandler Riggs is going to be off the show. There's no hope for Carl. Well, I guess there is until we see it. But Old Man Carl was the theory that a lot of us thought would happen because it would be awesome. Carl, he's young. He's one of the Atlanta 5. He goes through the story, tells the story, and at the very end of the series, we see Carl talking to Judith by a campfire and saying, this is the story of The Walking Dead. But that's not going to happen. Now, as of season 8, we have 4 people left of the Atlanta 5, the Atlanta crew, our main people that we saw since season 1 and season 2. And it's a shame because we're getting less and less survivors from the original people. The Atlanta 4, soon to be Atlanta 3. You can consider Morgan that or not. It's debatable what you want, but I don't. But Rick, Carol, and Daryl will be the last 3 of the Atlanta 5 after Carl's death in episode 809. So Carl, I would have loved to have been the last person standing, but since they're rewriting stuff and they're changing things up, which is debatable if it's good or not, I would have loved to have seen Carl and Judith be the last 2 people standing. But I still have an idea that it could be some of the original people to be standing at the very end. Well, standing up alive. Daryl Dixon is one of the options for sure because he's just for the show, so why not keep him around to the very end? I would love for it to be 2, maybe 3 people, maybe Daryl and Michonne. That'd be pretty awesome, but will it happen? Won't it happen? I don't know. I don't see Michonne ever dying or Daryl just because they bring a lot to the show. I didn't think Carl would die either, but that's wrong. So we don't know if that's what they're going to do with the writers, Gimple, Kirkman, whoever, if they're going to mix it up or not. But I would love for Carol and Daryl to be the last 2 people standing. And again, it could be more than 2 people, but I think it would make sense if there was 2, maybe 3 people at the most. Maybe it's Carol, Daryl, and Morgan. That'd be pretty awesome, because I don't know if Rick is going to survive the entire series. We know he's not, according to Robert Kirkman, but is that as the comic, the show? Maybe it's going to be Morgan and Rick. I mean, we saw them initially in the first episode, because it can't be Shane and Rick. That would be pretty awesome if that was the final ending, but that can't happen. But why not Morgan and Rick? They saw each other in the pilot episode. Morgan doesn't die. That's what he says. I don't die. So we'll see if he sticks around for the very, very end. I would love for that to happen, especially that he's going to go away and come back possibly. Hopefully he does come back. Hopefully he doesn't go super crazy and start hanging out with the walkers too much. Maybe he brings the Whisperers around. Maybe he stays in Texas. Maybe he comes back around. But I thought it'd be pretty awesome if it was Morgan and Rick at the very end. Or Carol and Daryl. Or maybe all 4. That would be pretty awesome. But I'm not sure who's going to survive in the very, very end. Morgan's got skills. He feels like he's cursed. He inherited the earth. We inherited the earth. And it's pretty interesting to think that Morgan is such an impactful character. Maybe it's Morgan and Carol. That'd be pretty awesome too. Carol, to me, I don't see her dying unless she chooses to die herself. Maybe she goes out guns a-blazing and kills Negan. I would love for that to happen too, but Negan brings in the money with the merchandise. He's hurting the ratings in my eyes, but I don't know if that's really true or not, but I just see that. Morgan, Carol, Daryl. I love the idea of Daryl and Carol being the last 2 people standing because they've been through a lot together. They were been through a lot before the zombie apocalypse. That really bodes well that you can really change your life. And if you were down in the dumps or pushed around before the apocalypse, you can survive and be an asset in the world of the zombie apocalypse. It's just a cool idea that you're never down. You can always turn it around in any form or fashion, even in a zombie apocalypse. But Carol and Daryl have been connected really since season 2, I would say. Season 1, not really as much. But I like the idea of having some of the original cast make it to the end. Don't know if it's ever going to happen. The writers are killing people off, and maybe it's money and contracts, and we'll see what happens with Andrew Lincoln if he's ever going to leave, or Melissa McBride, or Norman Reedus. Even though I don't see Norman Reedus ever leaving, he's got one of the best jobs ever. He gets paid to be a badass and be with his crossbow and ride around on a motorcycle that he loves to do. But can you see Carol and Daryl just riding off into the sunset, driving maybe to Texas to meet Morgan as the last survivors? Maybe Carol doesn't make it. Maybe it's just Daryl as the sole survivor and there isn't a pair or 3 people or 4 people or whatever, or maybe there's a big group. But hopefully the ending is very rewarding and satisfying. But we're down to the Atlanta 3, guys. So who do you think survives the longest out of these 3? Rick, Daryl, or Carol? We only have 3 left because you know it's not going to be Carl. My money is on Daryl Dixon, but it could be Rick, could be Carol. I want to know your thoughts on this, guys. Post your comments below. Let me know, who do you think of the Atlanta 3? You can say Morgan, I guess, too. We'll throw Morgan in the mix. But Carol, Daryl, Rick, and Morgan, who survives the longest on the series as long as it's on TV? Let me know, guys. Give me a follow on Instagram and Twitter. We post stuff every day on those channels and on the spots and social media. PT channel, Facebook community, Walking Dead community Facebook page and a group, Walking Dead mystery boxes, a lot of good stuff. Mystery boxes are going strong, guys. $38 free shipping for a Walking Dead mystery box, but we'll have some horror, some autograph stuff that's going to be more money, of course, but free shipping through PayPal. Let me know if you're interested in a box, whether it's horror or Walking Dead or Marvel or something. Fight for Us, the book series, is going strong as well. 4 books available now, Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Kindle versions. You can be a part of the book series, guys. Patreon page, or you can donate through PayPal. $15, $25 donation tiers. I'll write you in the book, keep you alive, give you an epic death, a weapon, however you want to go out. Good guy, bad guy. You have some say in it. I can put some loved ones in there too. If you have kids, they can be in there as well. And I like the idea of sharing the zombie apocalypse with my friends, my family, my Walking Dead family, like you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know your thoughts.